Hey, I'm Coach Kyle, and I often get asked about my diet. So I'm going to take a quick second and talk about what I typically eat. Now, I've been a vegetarian for about a decade now. I grew up on a dairy farm, and I'm not a huge fan of supporting that type of industry. I don't really have much of a problem with the actual eating of meat, chicken, dairy, etc. I have more of an issue with where most of our meat, chicken, dairy, etc. comes from. So I do eat eggs, but I almost always buy free range or local eggs. I don't avoid meat for health reasons. I really don't think it matters that much. I think if you eat real food, mostly vegetables, and not too much, you're gonna be 99% there. So that's really the main focus. I think Michael Pollan said that. Real food, not too much, mostly plants. I really tend to focus on as many unprocessed food items that can. Other than being a vegetarian, I really only have one guideline or rule in my diet, and that is in my regular diet, not counting sports fueling or sports nutrition, I try to avoid anything with added sugar in the first 3 ingredients. So added processed sugar, I might add. So that means most ketchup, most mayonnaise, gravy, jelly, peanut butter is not something I typically buy. But the cool thing about this type of diet guideline is that it really forces me to buy the good mayonnaise, the good mustard, the good jam, the good jelly. If I'm looking at granola, for example, I can't just buy any old regular granola off the shelf, but I have to find a granola that instead of using sugar or corn syrup or high fructose corn syrup, it might use molasses or honey as its 3rd ingredient or something. So it's the same with barbecue sauce. You'll often find barbecue sauce with honey in it if they don't use added sugar. So the same goes for mayonnaise, ketchup. I have all this in my kitchen, but it's the good stuff. Instead of buying the $1 shitty ketchup, I buy the $3 really good ketchup. And the nice thing about this is that it's interesting, but because you know it's more expensive, it tastes better and you use less of it. We do have oatmeal and rice in the house, but we don't have much or any pasta or flour, no tortillas or bread. One day a month, I do let myself go a little bit and have ice cream or some dessert, whatnot, but that stuff is never really kept in the house. If I'm out and about, like at Run Club dinner or something at a restaurant or a birthday party, I do let myself relax a little bit with my dietary guidelines. I'll have a piece of cake at a birthday party, but I also really focus on eating until satisfied, not until full, because binging and purging has been a thing that I have dealt with in the past. And I used to binge until I was sick. So the realization and becoming more mindful of eating until I am satisfied and then stopping and putting my fork down, not eating until I'm full or stuffed or uncomfortable, has been the biggest turning point in my dietary life. So that's a basic rundown of my diet. I'm a vegetarian, but I don't really consider that part of my diet. It's more of an ethical thing that I've adopted. I don't really recommend it to people for health reasons, but if they want to do it because it makes them feel good, then kudos to them. But really my main dietary guidelines are I avoid things with added sugar in the first 3 ingredients. I eat until satisfied, not until full, and I really kind of limit the grains in our house. But like I said, when I go out to eat, when I'm at a social event, I do relax on these a little bit because I don't want my dietary restrictions, per se, to restrict me from having a fun social life as well. So I'll have a beer or 2 when I go out, I'll have a piece of cake, I might have some pasta or whatever, but I don't really bring these things into the house to have on a regular, consistent basis.